together chant Om together. Sign out to, and then we will chant the Guru Sutra. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Harihi Om. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Krupatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Paramanandamadhavam. Om Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yad Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapi Yat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sarvashruti Shiro Ratna Virajita Sapadambujaha Vedantambuja Suryo Yaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunadakalapitaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Shakti Samarudha Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Atacha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahini Atmadhyana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shoshanam Bhava Sindhoscha Jnapanam Sara Sampadaha Gurur Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Na Gururadik Tattvam Na Gururadikam Tapaha Tattva Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannatha Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gururadiranadirshya Guru Paramadaivatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Tvamidam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om to all once again, and welcome for this monthly sadhana day that we have each month. The aim is that all of our home study course students, they are each following at their own pace the various studies that they have taken up, chosen for themselves. So at times we might require a hand of guidance or a few words of guidance from the Guru, right? So we have arranged these monthly sessions that there is that kind of a interaction. And of course, month 2, we continue with Swami Shardanaji's sessions on Durvasana, Pratikara, Dashakam, Stotram. So this will be the session on it, and Swamiji will soon join. If there are any questions that any of you might have, we request that you type those in to the chat box, right? And Swamiji will try to answer them either at the end of the session, or we will send a mail responding to each of your questions. Okay. So do not miss out on the opportunity to write in your questions, and if not even in the chat box, you can even send it to our email address at Home Study Courses, right? And we will see to it that the questions are answered. This month is special for all of us. As we all know, 3rd August is Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji's Aradhana Divas. It is the day when we pledge our seva also to our Guru, and take with renewed efforts towards this spiritual journey that all of us are on, right? And it is only our own striving which will take us to the final goal with the guidance of the Guru. So again, Swamiji is joined. We can, one second. We are also introducing courses, right, and camps every month. This month, we are specially going to introduce the Master Gita Master Life course in Malayalam. So earlier, of course, most of you would have also benefited from it. The English course, which was taken by Swami Advananji, which is still available for anyone joining in newly. This month on, Swami Shraddhananji is going to start the course in Master Gita, Master Life. So those of you who have benefited from it and know people who would definitely benefit from the Malayalam version, pass on this message to those who might be interested, and let them not miss this beautiful opportunity of listening to Swamiji on the Bhagavad Gita. Right? We will circulate details about the same at the end of the session, and so too on our broadcast groups. Right, so 3rd August will be on Gurudev's Aradhana day. We will start this course. And those interested may write to us, may contact us for further information. We are also introducing a camp on Tattva Bodh by Swami Advainanji. These sessions will also start. The Tattva Bodha sessions too will start from 3rd of August, 7 a.m. onwards. And for 30 days, there will be one session per day. Yeah, so do check that opportunity as well. The Swamiji is here, Swami Shardanji. Swamiji, shall we begin?
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Hari Om. We are listening to the Durvasana Pratikara Dashakam of Vidyaranya Swami. We have completed 2 verses. We shall chant these 2 verses and then we'll start the 3rd verse today. Together we will chant the first 2 verses. Pratarvaidika karmata tadanusad vedanta sanchintaya paschad bharata moksha dharma mananad vasishtha ramayanad sayam bhagavatartha tattva kadhaya ratro nididhyasanad Kalo gacchatu nah sharira bharanam prarabdha kandharpitam ajnanam tyajahe mano bimanasa sada brahmatma sadbhavanat sankalpanagilana pityaja jagan mithyatva sambhavanat Kaman sadhana sadhya dukkha nivahadhyanat ajasram tyaja krodham tukshamaya sada jahibalat lobham tu santoshatah. Today we will start the 3rd verse. I will chant. Please repeat. Jihvopastha sughabhramam Tyajamanah Paryanda dukkhe kshanad Ayushyam mridubhashanad Tyaja vridhalapasramam maunatah Dussangam tyaja sadhu sangamabalad Garuvam tu bhange kshanad Ninda dukkham anindya veda muni durninda kadha samsprute. We'll chant once more, one line by line. I'll chant, please repeat. Jihvopastha sughabhramam tyajamana paryanda dukkhe kshanad. Parushyam mridubhashanat tyaja vridhalapasramam maunatah. Dussangam tyaja sadhu sangabalad garuvam tu bange kshanad. Ninda dukkhamanindya deva muni durninda katha samsmrite. This verse is talking about giving us more tips on spiritual life. One of the greatest block in our spiritual growth is our Brahma, Sugha Brahma. We feel that there is Sugham in the Bhoga. As long as we have the Sugha Brahma, this wrong identification with the Sukha, as long as we feel that there is real happiness in this world and world subjects, so long we shall not be able to really rise our mind from the world and attach to Bhagavan or to Atman. Now we are addressing our own Manaha. Hey Manaha, oh my mind. So this all Upadesha is not for someone else. These Upadeshas are for one's own self. We are addressing our own self. Bho Manaha, hey Mana, oh my dear mind. Tyaja, please give up. What we should do? Give up Sugha Brahmam. This illusion that there is Sukha. Where? What kind of Sukha? Jihva Upastha Sukha. So, two kinds of, we are all attached with sensual objects. So, the senses are of two kinds. One is our Jnana Indriyani, another is our Karma Indriyani. One are, the senses which are, which gives us different kinds of inputs, and another is different kinds of actions. All of us are, attached with this. Why we are attached with the Indriya? Because we think that through Indriya we gain Sukham. So they are taking, if we want to really rise above the world, we should be able to, understand that there is no actual Sukha in the sensual objects. The sensual objects are creating a kind of illusory Sukha that is not real. For that, two examples are given. One from Jnanendriya, another from Karmendriya. From Jnanendriya, say Jihva. What is the greatest sensual pleasure all of us seek is Jihva, our tongue. So we want to have all other things are okay. But if you have tasty food, so Jihva is a very strong, we have very strong attachment towards our Jihva, our tongue, because of which, we want different kinds of bhogas are because we are attached, or we are the slaves of our tongue. So another is upastha, the sexual desires. So the Jihva and Upastha stands for not only sensual, sexual desires, all the Karmendriya Bhoga. And Jihva stands for what we want to see, what we want to smell, what we want to, test and taste and hear, and where we want to go, what we want to grab. All that is Karmendriya, and Upastha stands for Karmendriya. So all those kinds of sensual pleasures we crave for in our life, that actually creates lots of disturbance in our mind, and then we are all trapped in this samsara. So here we are advising our own mind. Oh Bhomana, oh my dear mind, Jihva Upastha Sugha Brahmam Tyaja. Please give up this wrong notion that there is lot of Sugha in our Jihva and Upastha, in food and in the sexual pleasures. It is very easy to say, How can we give up this Sukha Brahma? Says, Paryanda Dukkhe Kshanat. Think about the consequences. Why all different kinds of diseases comes to us? One of the main cause of disease is our stomach. Stomach means our tongue. We know that this is bad for us. This, whether it is sugar, whether it is processed food, whether that is, all those, we know. It's not that we do not know. We know that this all will create trouble for us. But still, our tongue says, so what? One piece will not harm us. And then we go on, consuming different kinds of food, pride and this and that, and then we suffer. So, Pajyantam. See, now it is easy to have this, but at the end, it will create trouble for us. So, Pajyanta Dukkhe Kshanat, Ikshanat, by seeing that this all sensual pleasures will end in Dukkham. And what Sukha they are giving is only Sukha Chalam. It is not actual Sukha. How we say that? See, if this vastu, this sensual objects are giving us real Sukha, the more we have, we should have more happiness. Rasagula is there. Just taking the name itself. So, Rasagula is there, and then we have one Rasagula. We are happy. We want second. And somebody says, please take a third one also. It's very special Rasagula, Haldiram's Rasagula. And we take one more, 3. Then they say, no, you came all the way. Please take one more. Now, when we have the 4th Rasagula, we don't have the Sukha of the first Rasagula. Now somebody, you want to eat Rasagula? Sit there. And then they force us to eat Rasagula 5, 6, 10, 15. We know what will happen. We will start to vomit only, because if the Sukha was really in Rasagula, then as much as more and more Rasagula we eat, our Sukha should go up. But it is not happening like that. So it shows that the Sukham, what we get from the Rasana, from our tongue, is limited. And that Sukha is not actual Sukha. We have a desire to eat Rasagula. And when we eat the Rasagula, that thought, I want to have Rasagula, has come down. So there is a bhanam. Because there's not, second thought is not yet started. So the Atma Prakasha, Atma Sukha is reflected for a fraction of a second, and we feel Sukham. So the real Sukha is not in the Vastu, the real Sukha is in Atman. So that's why he said, Sukha Brahma. Like that is any other sensual, what we see, what we want to hear, everything. Not only that, the sexual pleasures also. The sexual pleasures also, Pajyanta Dukkhe Kshanat. See, go on. Sukhada kriyate Rama bhogaha paschat handa sharire roga. Many of the diseases which happens to the sharira, not only sharira, to mind also, is due to unlimited bhoga. Unlimited. If a person is very much addicted to the sexual pleasures, etc., then his life will become ruined. Because he's so much addicted to it, his health will ruin and his mind will be ruined, always thinking about such things. And then the entire society and the house and the family, everything will be ruined because of the upastha sukha brahmam. So we are advising our mind, mind, please control. If we can win over our tongue and our upastha, if we can control our taste and then sensual pleasures, all other pleasures is easy to control. So the tongue and the upastha are the main, that which actually pulls us or pushes us down. So, oh my mind, please see the Paryanta dukkhekshanam. Paryanta ultimate. The ultimately dukkha. In the end, all this tongue and upastha and all the sensual pleasures are going to give us dukkam, sorrow. Seeing this consequence of our actions and seeing that this dukkha pariname vishamiva. In Gita ji will study about that. So this is, in the beginning, it's very giving lot of pleasure. But pariname visham. But the end, this will all starts to give us great dukkha only. So, jihopasta sukha brahmam tyaja manah paryanda dukkekshana. So my mind, please give up this brahmam, this imaginary pleasures, thinking that there is lot of sukha in the indriyas. Slowly, oh my mind, please give up. Then ayushyam mridubhashanat. One of another problem in our life is parushya. Sometimes we see that many of the spiritual sadhakas, they start to become very stubborn. They start to speak very rough words. They get angry very fast. So people say, before he was in spiritual path, he was okay. Now he became so angry. Now the words becomes, the tongue becomes so harsh. They speak without any consideration for others' feelings. That is not good at all. That's a great, himsa. They say, if you burn a person, something is burned, our hand is burned, after some time it will heal. But if we burn a person with our words, that cannot be healed. After many years also we'll remember, oh, that day, that person spoke with me so harshly. Very difficult. So says, oh my dear mind, please, parushyam mridu bhashanat. Please speak sweet. Please speak less sweet. Please speak which is worthy. So don't be very harsh in your words. Oh my mind, be careful that parushya, the harshness, please replace it with mridu bhashanam. Satyam bruyat, priyam bru, na bruyat, satyam priyam. Priyam chana anrutam bruyat, esha dharma sanatana. Greatest upadesha says, satyam bruyat. We should speak truth. But how that satya should be spoken, priyam, which gives, sometimes, oh, I only say truth. Okay, I don't care what people think. I speak only truth. And then we go on speaking harsh things, harsh words to people and hurt others. A sadhaka should not do that. Says, satyam priyam. That's what next upadesha is, Ma bruyat satyam apriyam. Even if someone's satya is apriya, it is, we say a person, and it is not going to cause any goodness, don't say it. Don't go on preach this kind of words to people and hurt them. Said priyavak, priyavak, mriduvak, satyavak. Our vak should be satyam. Our vak should be mridu. Our words should be priyam. That is tapas. So tapas is not only going and sitting in some caves. This is the tapas. It's not easy. Even when people are shouting us to speak priyavak, mriduvak, satyavak, it's very difficult, but that is the tapas for a sadhaka. So, parushyam mridubhashana tyaja. Parushyam tyaja. Please give a parushya, harshness of words, with mridubhashana, with speaking sweet and humble and simple and truth and then, beneficial words. Then, pradhala pasramam Maunatah. So in the first one, Jihopasta Sukha Brahma, that Kaika tapas. Physical tapas is indicated in the first line. Verbal tapas is indicated in the second line. So the tapas is of three kinds. Sharirikam, Vachikam, Manasikam. In Gita also, in detail, Bhagavan will say what is Vachika tapas. No, Deva Dvija Guru Pratnya Pujanam, Shaucham Arjavam, Brahmacharyam, Ahimsa cha Shariram Tapauchyate. Like that, Bhagavan will say what is Vachika tapas, what is Kayiga tapas, what is Manasika tapas, etc. That is indicated in this lines. So first one is Jihopastusugabramam Teja. That is Kayika tapas, physical tapas, physical austerity. And what is verbal austerity? It is Parushyam Mridubhashanat Teja. Speak sweet, speak simple, speak truth. And next one is Pradhalapashramam Maunataha. Next great tapas, our verbal tapas, is Maunam. What is Maunam? People think that Mauna means silence. Maunam is not just silence. Mauna is not that. Some people sometimes we take a Mauna Vrata. Then we will have 200-page book. Keep on writing and writing and writing. That is not Maunam. What is Maunam? Munehe bhavaha Maunam. What is the meaning of Mauna? It's not silence, not to keep mum. Munehe bhavaha Maunam. The state of a Muni is Maunam. What is the state of Muni? Mananam. See, we hear many, many good things and we are thinking about, we are deeply meditating about the meaning of that good things we heard because of the manana, because of we are thinking about Bhagavan, because we are thinking about the Shastra, because we are thinking about, all those good things we learned in our life. Continuously, meditating upon all those good thoughts, what happens? Our mind, our word also becomes less. So that is very important. Says, practice Mauna, and through that, Vridhalapashramam. Conquer our Vridhala, prattling. See, we keep on talking, and because of that, what happens? Oh, we are tired. What happened? What were you doing? Oh, I was talking to that person. See, sometimes we feel, when we keep on talking, we feel very tired. Why? Because this Vagvai Agnihi, Vak is Agni. They say that, Gurudev also says, when we are alone, we should be very careful about our thoughts. And when we are with people, we should be very careful about our words. What we speak to others. We are not able to contain a secret. We are not able to keep it. And then we tell another person, do we think that a secret which cannot be kept by me, is it possible for other person to keep? It's not possible. So, Vridhalapashramam, please, be careful that we are not prattling, we are not speaking unnecessarily. See, it doesn't mean that we should always keep maunam, etc. Okay, we should speak, but we should speak that which will be some beneficial for someone, that will be helpful for others, that will be soothing for others, that will be giving joy and ananda for others, not criticizing others, not doing such things. That says vridhalapam, vridha alapam, vridha alapam, speaking unnecessarily. How is it possible to control vridha alapam? Maunataha. Maunataha means munehe bhavaha, by contemplation. Because our mind is always thinking about higher things in life, we are able to control our words. That is, That is vidhalapasramam maunatah. Now, next is a very important thing. What is that? What is so physical tapas, verbal tapas. What is the tapas in the mental level? Manasika tapas. Says very important thing. Dussangam tyaja sadhu sangama balad. What we should do? Dussangaha. Bad, evil company. Very careful we should be. This evil company means what? Sangaha. The like satsanga and dussanga. Okay? Satsanga is with sajjanaha, good people. Okay? Satsanga is also with, now it's very difficult to always to get, good people are there. So what we should do? With good thoughts. Mahatmas are there. We read their books. So when we are reading a good book, that is also satsanga. Third is sat. Sat means Ishvaraha. So when we are sitting down and doing nama japa, doing stotra, doing patha, now that is also satsanga. So satsanga is also not only going to a Mahatma, near Mahatma, no. So going to a Mahatma, reading holy good books, and keeping sangha with Bhagavan, Ishvara sangha. That's also satsanga. Fourth is sat is Atma. So satsanga means Atma Chintanam. Contemplating, meditating upon the true nature of self. That's also satsanga. So what we should do? We should develop satsanga. So we should be in touch with good people, reading the good thoughts, understanding them, absorbing them. And also we have to have, good company with Ishvara and also with our own true self. With this, practicing this, we should do dussangam tyaja. So what is dussanga? Dussanga is there are bad people. Bad people means what? Those people who will draw our mind or body or words into lower levels. My dear friend, Swamiji, I don't use alcohol, etc. Never. Never, but only when my best friend comes. Now, sometimes people say like that. So if a person is lowering you into bad habits, that is not a best friend. That is dussanga. So such people, see, worse than such people are such thoughts. The thoughts which will create, disturbance in our mind, the thoughts which will draw our attention to the world and worldly objects, the thoughts which will, invoke all kinds of sensual pleasures in our heart, the thoughts and the words and the books which are against the dharma. Any thought, any dharma, any books, that which will, make us deviate from the path of dharma. These are all, that's all dussanga. So a book, when Sri Ramakrishna was alive, when some people, they came to see him, they brought a newspaper with him. So they kept it in his room and then was attending Bhagavan's words, etc. The moment they left, they took the paper also. Bhagavan said, one of his attendant, take little Gangajal and, sprinkle it in that place. Because so much of dussanga is there in that. All these kinds of, what is. So, Kamini Kanchana, Kama Kanchana Kirti, that's all in there. And all those thoughts which will, invoke the Kama, Kanchana Brahma, Kirti Brahma in our, they're all dussangaha. So people, books, thoughts, and then also the wrong ideas, the vada, like the Vada like, what we call as the Nidishwara Vada, atheism, which is very easy to hear, very easy to, we feel that, oh, that's very correct and all that. And then they all will pull us from to a deeper levels. Surya namate loka. So we should be very careful with them. Dussangam tyaja. How to give up Sudusanga? Sadhu Sangama Balad. With Sadhu Sangamam. With good association, we should give up the bad association. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, Bhagavan will say, why we should give up Dussanga? Because Tarangayatapi ime Samudrayanti. See, in our mind, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya, everything is there. It may not be appearing now, but all those vasanas are there like small ripples. What Dussanga will do? Dussanga is like that, wind, tycoon, which will make the small ripples into huge waves, which will destroy our mental peace. So, Dussanga sarvada tyajya. We should give up Dussanga. Dussangam tyajasa Dussangam abalad. With good association, with good people, what we should do? Dussangam tyaja. We should give up Dussanga. Then, Garvam tu bhange kshanad. Next is Garva. Garva means pride, prejudice, ahankara. That we should give up by abhanga ikshana. That any kind of garva, any kind of arrogance, any kind of pride shall be destroyed one day or another. That's why in Bhajagovindam also Bhagavan says, Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam harati nimeshat kalasarva. Sometimes we feel because of the wealth, we are very huge, and then we have so much of disrespect for other people and poor people. We are. Then Janam, we have, my mama is the prime minister or chief minister or whoever, all those kinds of Janam. We have support, people are there. Because of that, because we become arrogant. And Yauvana, there is strength, physical strength is there. I can't do anything and all that. But you see, one moment, everything can be destroyed. So, never never feel that kind of arrogance or pride, because anything can be destroyed in 1 second. A harsh driving, gone. So, Sadhu Sangama Balad Garuvam tu Bhange Kshanat. Understand that any Garuva, we may be very pride because we have a lot of money. And then our house is 7-storied building. My house. So but then another person comes and then make 10-story building. Our all Garuva is gone. So please, never, my mind, please do not, be pride and prejudiced or arrogant, because any achievement can be destroyed at any moment. So please understand this and be calm. Be peaceful. Dussangam tyajasa dusangama balad garuvam tu bhange kshanad. Then another is ninda dukkha. It's very terrible. Pain is criticism. People criticize us. Sometimes people criticize us because we have done something wrong. Due to our wrong deeds, people criticize us. Sometimes we might not have even done anything like that. Ninda. But still, people will criticize us. Okay? Or we might have done in one way, but the people will see it from another way. And then they will criticize us. We actually wanted to do something good for our son or daughter or son-in-law or brother-in-law or daughter-in-law, somebody. But they sometimes think that why he's doing like that? Huh? He has some, some other motives he want to do, and then they criticize us. We sometimes we do good things also, but then we will be severely criticized by others. Says Ninda Dukkha. The dukkha, the pain because of the ninda, criticism. That anindayat deva muni durninda kada samsmrite. Please come out of this pain due to ninda dukkha. Because see that what things great people. Sakshal Sriman Narayana, one who is born as Sri Ramachandra or Sri Krishna, or all those great rishis and munis, they are highly purified souls. What dinda they have to go through? Sakshal Sri, now who is Sita Bhagavati? Sita ji is Mahalakshmi herself. She is the incarnation of purity. But what things they said, no? So if people can criticize Sita, no, if they can criticize Draupadi, if they can criticize Bhagavan Krishna in the said Sabha, Rajasuya Sabha of the Yudhishthira, Shishupala, how many times? 100 times criticism. Comes then Jarasandha, Duryodhana. So understanding that, Dinda Dukkham Anindya Deva Muni Durninda Kadha Samsmrite. Please remember, whenever people criticize us, they say that, see, when there is how to take this. How? See, it's very easy to say, people, when people criticize us, be calm. Very easy to say. But how can we practice it? Two ways. One is, people will throw at a mango tree if there are mangoes in it. A tree which has no fruits, nobody attacks. People attack a person because the people are jealous. And because we are more accomplished, that's why people are throwing stones at us. One thing. Second thing is, they say that when somebody tell about us, or when somebody, spread stories about us, which actually not happened, our all papa will be given to those people. There was a story, nice story. There was a Brahmana, and once in his house, they cooked rice. And the olden days, they used to cook it in the fire, etc. And then from the roof, one worm was fallen into this rice. The wife of the Brahmana saw that, immediately he changed. He took that worm and then threw out. And then, but it became Ashuddha. So she went and asked husband, you see, this is what's happened, what we should do? He said, you see, there are so many workers working in our field. Please give that rice to them and cook fresh food for us. She did like that. Now this Brahmana, every day before sleeping, he will do Om Chitraguptaya Namaha. He used to remember Chitragupta. Chitragupta is the one who writes everything about us. So this Chitragupta is the accountant of Yama, and this is the only person who remembers Chitragupta. So one day, Chitragupta appeared in front of this Brahmana. The Brahmana asked, who are you? I said, he became very happy, did namaskar, etc. He said, please tell me about my account. Chitragupta said, your account is very clean, but only thing is, there are thousands and thousands of worms waiting for you. Why? Because, you remember that day? That worm was fallen into the rice and then you gave that rice to everyone. So how many, grains were in that rice? For each grain, one worm is kept for you. He said, what should I do now? He said, no, don't worry. I will take care. What do you have to do? This person is an old man. He said, you now ask your young daughter to take care of you. Take care of you means what? Your wife used to do, serving food, and then, the making the bed ready, etc. You ask this young daughter to do and ask her to sleep in your room down in the pile. And this man is old. And this lady started to serve the father, and she started to sleep in this father's room down, and father used to sleep on the cot, she used to sleep on the, and now some time passed, and then one day this brahmana was coming, and a person was walking along with his wife, said, see, that brahmana is coming, let us do namaskar. The wife said, why should we do? Oh, he is such a corrupted person who is keeping his daughter with him. This person said, there was one more worm left. Now you got it. Wife asked, what worm? What? Said, what our Chitragupta was doing, whoever were criticizing this Brahmana, because he is not doing anything wrong. But then people will see like that. So they were criticizing him for each one of them. The Chitragupta was giving one worm. There was one more worm left. Now, oh my dear wife, you got it. So when people criticize us unnecessarily, think that, okay, all our papas are reducing. Not that we should be happy that others are getting our papa, but at least our papas are reducing. So with this kind of positive ways, what we should do, ninda dukkham, that pain which will be caused by the criticism of people, please overcome that dukkha by this kind of positive thought, thinking, understanding that even great Mahatmas were criticized. Even Bhagavan himself is criticized. Even the Draupadi got criticism, Sita Devi, everyone. So, understanding that if they are all got such criticism, what is there for us? It's okay. And after some time, people forget. And with this way, we should keep our mind in a balanced state. That's the most important thing. We should not allow our mind to be disturbed. This all thing will happen. As long as we are living in the world, this all things will happen. Sukha, dukkha, mana, apamana, ninda, stuti, this all will be there. But with this kind of a positive attitude, we should be able to come out of that, all those states, and keep our mind calm and steady, so that we can remember Bhagavan, we can remember the Atma Tattva, and then proceed in our spiritual life. So that is the essence of this shloka. We'll chant together. There is a two little pada bhedas. Okay. The last verse, Ninda Dukkha Manindya Deva Muni Durninda. Another pada bheda is Munibhir. Instead of do, be. Ninda Dukkha Manindayat Deva Munibhir Ninda Katha Samsmritehe is here. Samstutehe, another part of it. Really? Not much difference. We should understand that because of the Ninda and Stuti. This all happened for the Mahatmas also and Devatas also. So when people do our praise or do the, Ninda, let us not get very much affected by it. These are all people. No, we cannot close the mouth of people. What we can do only the dharma and then continue to walk on the dharma. It's a beautiful verse. We'll chant it together once more for this month. Jihopasta sukhabhramam tyajamana paryanda dukke kshanad parushyam mridubhashanat tyaja vridhalapashramam maunatah Dussangam tyaja sadhu sangam abalad garvam tu bhange kshanat ninda dukkha manindayet deva muni durninda katha samsmrite. Hari Om. As we know, August 3rd is Pujya Gurudev's Mahasamadhi day. Let us all meditate on Pujya Gurudev on this day and then pray for his grace and blessings. May the month be blessed by Bhagavan's and Pujya Gurudev's grace.
Thank you, Swamiji, for that very inspiring pathway that Swamiji has given the sadhana for us to follow throughout the month also, and how we can, little by little, the small changes that we make in our dinacharya, how these can make us go forward in our journey. So, as we had mentioned earlier, Aradhana Day is on 3rd August, and we are starting with the Malayalam MGML sessions, Master Gita, Master Light sessions from 3rd of August. Every month, one chapter will be taken, right? And we will start with introduction to the Bhagavad Gita, to Mahabharata from 3rd August onwards. So those who are interested and who would love to study in this beautiful language of Malayalam with Pujya Swami Shardananji, please do enroll for the sessions. And if you know anyone, do pass on the message to others. Now we will close this month's sessions with Totaka Ashtakam. Om Vidhitakhil Shastra Sudha Jaladhe Mahitopanishad Katitharthanidhe Hridaye Kalaye Vimalam Charanam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Karunalaya Palaya ma Bhavasagara Dukha Vidunadam Rachaya Kila Darshana Tattva Vidam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhavata Janata Suvita Bhavita Nija Bodha Chit Vicharana Chadumate Kalayeshwara Jiva Viveka Vidam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhava eva bhavaniti ve vinitara Samajayata chetasi kautukita Mama varaya moha mahajaladum Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Sukrute dhikrute bahudha bhavatu Bhavita samadarshana lalasata Atidinamimam paripalayamam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Bhavashankara Deshikame Sharanam Jagati Mavitum Kalita Kritayo विचरन्ति महामहसचलतः अहिमां शूरवात्र प्रभासि गुरु भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम् भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम् गुरुपुङ्गव पुङ्गवकेतनते समतामयतां नहि कोऽपि सुधीः शरणागतवत्सलतत्त्वनिधे भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम् भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम् विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो द्रुतमेव विदेहि कृपां सहजां भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम् भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम् ॐ पूर्णमदं पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु हरि ओम।